So it's the holidays. You've invited friends and family over, you know, made jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam. You pulled all the stops, you know, spent money, goat meat, chicken, whatever they want. Then when they come around, everybody just wants water or Coke or probably a sip of wine. Very painful. That's how most engineers feel when they put in brains into creating cars that can tackle terrains like this. Off-roaders, proper off-roaders. But the people who can afford to buy those off-roaders take them to the parking lot of their favorite supermarket. So those engineers got tired and then they made this, known as crossovers. This is the 2010 Mercedes Benz GLK 350. We'll be reviewing it today. Mercedes Benz here is a crossover. What's a crossover? A car, an SUV, a confused guy, just like the way many people are nowadays. You know, man trapped in a woman's body, woman trapped in a man's body, or a 2-year-old trapped in a 40-year-old body. This isn't sure as well. Is it an SUV? Is it a car? But either way, it's not doing any of the above great. It's not a great car, neither is it a great SUV. So this at heart has a 3.5 litre V6, churning out 268 brake horsepower and 257 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to haul his very fat ass, weighing 150 kg. Shy under 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds, that's quite fast. But it can't handle its weight well when it goes around bends. Good for straight lines, bad for bends. Not great off-road, not great on-road. What is it for then? There's a way Mercedes Benz smells, gives you that. Smells real good. There's always smells new, kind of. I don't know if it's the material they use. I'm not even talking about air freshener, you know. There's a way you get to know someone that you don't really need them to spray a particular perfume. They have their own scent. Most Mercedes Benz have been in to have a similar scent. Just like the C300 I drove last week. Has a similar scent actually. Difference, always don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I almost did. Difference being that in this car you have a commanding view of the road. Feel high above compared to others. There's honestly, it's a Benz, that's the first thing. It maybe a compact crossover SUV, but yeah, you still sit tall to look down on people passing around you. When it's time to put the foot down, it's compliant in a straight line. Driving this car is like walking a big dog, probably like a bull mastiff, a Rottweiler, something that you don't really feel in full control of. The dog tends to yank you wherever his interest takes. That's how this car feels when going around corners. Can't really control its weight. You know, it shares the same chassis with the C-Class, the W204. This is the X204. That's the designation for this particular chassis, the X204. So basically it's just a C-Class with a little bit of ground clearance above the ground, and also weight. Yeah, it's fat. Being fat doesn't stop it from hauling its weight though. Again, in a straight line. Because when you see a straight line and you plant your feet down, yeah, that 3.5 liter V6 comes to life and it hauls down the road, like really leaving everything. Well, not everything, of course, there are a lot of faster cars, but it leaves most of what people drive around these days in its review. So yeah, it pulls. So that engine actually can handle its weight. Yeah, it can. This comes with the 17-inch run flats, alloy rims. So you do get to feel a lot of what's going on the road whenever you climb over bumps or uneven surfaces. You do feel it. Yeah. But it still has that heft, that comfort. You feel it. Like, there's nothing touch here that doesn't feel remarkable. I mean, it's a Benz. I will be saying it's a Benz a lot while driving this car because it's a Benz. When you drive past people, it still turns heads in Nigeria. Yeah, it's a 2010 model. This is 12 years old from the date it hit the American shelves. But in Nigeria, you know, people, except the elite, get to buy cars brand new. The rest of us have to wait for it, like pirated copies of blockbuster movies, to be able to afford something like this. As at 2021, that was last year, September, this was going for 6.2 to 6.5 million naira, depending on how neat it was. This, I got it with 68,000 miles on the clock. In the used car world, that's decent. Still has a lot of life left in it. Engine purrs quietly. No road noise per se, no wind noise. The windows are up and I'm sure you can hear me loud and clear. And I'm not talking at the top of my voice. It's like I'm having a conversation with people. Yeah, my subscribers, my good friends, my fellow car enthusiasts, my car lovers, people who attend car church. So, comfortable seats, upright seats, real comfortable seats, and the AC is okay. It's not all that. I've been in cars with better air conditioning systems, with better climate control systems, I mean. So yeah, the Peugeot 406 I drove, the AC is way chiller than this. I've been in a BMW with very cold climate control as well. Even the Toyota Camry is better, I'm not going to lie. As bland as that car is, the Toyota Camry has better climate control. Thank you. So we're here to do a little shopping. You know, being a husband is mostly about running errands for the missus. Fun fact. So see if all the things we can get can fit in the trunk. I'll be right back. I had to buy some things. So as you can see, it fits in a parking lot well. It's not difficult to park, and it's not difficult to get out of tight spaces. It's quite easy to maneuver. The windows are power windows, all automatic taps, all four. Convenience, of course. So yeah, it's a lovely place to be in. Though I'd put it to you, the car is confused in the sense that it doesn't have an identity of its own. It's not a proper SUV, and it's not a proper sports car either, off of which it's not it's based on the C-Class, so yeah, which is quite a cracker to drive. This, on the other hand, it's a cracker in a straight line, not because it's all that, but it's just amusing watching something this heavy haul itself down a straight line. But anything around the bend, you have to be wary because it feels wallowy, like a boat going around bends. Feels, yeah. But in a straight line, yeah. But if you're going for a gentle cruise, it's a very, very fun thing to drive. You just go around town, turn on your sound system, which is superb, by the way. And this is just the entry package, which means it does not come with the Harman Kardon sound system. It's just the normal speakers, and it's club-like standard. Yeah, it's really good. But other than that, you just glide. And when you put your foot down, it pulls. In a straight line, I would not advise you pulling and going around bends. You're not going. It's not a safe thing to do. Yeah, but no wind noise, just the V6 pouring. Now, Mercedes did real good with their V6. They did real good. That's why they use the same engine in the C-Class and use it in the E350. They use it in virtually all the 350 designated classes that they have, be it the S350, the E350, the C350 or C300, and the GLK 350. Just a little tweaking to either increase or reduce the horsepower and torque. Everything you touch is solid. Feels good. The materials they use, everything. No squeaky sound. You have your wooden trim with the chrome stripe across it, so the whole black wood and beige color gives you that feeling of opulence, though this is not real leather. The seats are not made of real leather, though they are heated and cooled seats with perforated holes on them, but it's fake leather, something that Mercedes Benz refers to as the MB vinyl. BMW has theirs, so they call it faux leather. Faux, F-A-U-X, meaning fake leather. So, which makes the seat kind of hard, and with very hot weather like ours, they tend to crack after a long time. After spending a long time after they've crossed the sea. So there's that to look out for. It's something that you would have to probably work on later. Speaking of maintenance, synthetic oil mobile, usually the best. You might see it when you pop the hood on most Mercedes Benz. Just get original parts. For your brakes, your oil filter, just get original parts. Just the same advice I give when driving the C300. If you want this car to last you a while, you have to have a very good maintenance culture. The 3-pointed star is not for every Tom, Dick and Harry that just wants a car because of the prestige. Of course it has prestige, but maintaining it requires deep pockets as well. Not so deep if you do regular maintenance, preventive maintenance. But when you allow all those problems become accumulated, then you have to defer your children's school fees and other things to taking care of the car. There's that. Fueling, when traveling, the consumption is decent, but you want to use it as a daily driver within town, it's not for the faint of heart. This thing drinks fuel like an alcoholic. Not a V8 though. I'd not say it's a Lannister. It's not like Cersei when it comes to drinking fuel. Cersei drinks a lot. No, it's not. Well, you know that guy that feels like it's okay to have 2 or 3 bottles on payday. Yeah, something like that. He drinks. But when you're traveling, it's decent. Within town, not really. So, should it be an only car? I wouldn't advise that. Either it's something you use to go to church, go for occasions, you know, for the middle class that are aspiring to sit with the big boys. Then there you can actually find its spot there. My advice, if you have 6.5, 6.7 to 7 million to shell out on a compact SUV, its competition is the X3, the Audi Q3. That's from Germany. I would not call the Toyota RAV4 a competition, though they're in the same compact segment. But you could actually get a RAV4 that's a proper off-roader compared to this. And speaking of reliability, the RAV4 is king. This isn't as reliable. The difference is the RAV4 won't get you that million. Woo! Yeah, it wouldn't get you that million naira, millions of naira contracts when you pull up in a RAV4. When you pull up in this, yeah, your client will be willing to hand over his check to you, believing you won't abscond with it. So those are the perks to driving a 3-pointed star. Would I own one? I'm not a fan of crossovers. If it's not a proper SUV, forget about it. But if you can live with a car that has presence, good ground clearance, and a reputation to boot, this is for you. Just remember, as you lay your bed, so you lie on it. You don't take care of it, it's going to punish you. But if you take good care of it, it's not going to break your heart on the long